Hello, my name's Ed Frawley. I own Leerburg with my wife. Another Q&A. It's a good Q&A because a lot of people experience this. I've got a lot of experience with it. And it's about dogs that when you put them in a dog crate and you're going to take them someplace in your vehicle, they start whining and it can become a problem if it's not dealt with correctly. That's what this question is about. Now, I'll make a point before I start it and before I read it. That is, you don't need to be a customer of Leerburg to send in a question. If we can answer the question, we will. I think we're the only website on the internet that does this. Every morning, Cindy gets up, when she has her cup of coffee, she answers the Q&As, the tickets from the night before. So let me read this. It says, "Hi, Cindy, I have 2 German Shepherds, a 20-month-old that's recently been neutered, male, that we got as a pup, and an 18-month-old intact female we have had since September. Both get daily obedience training and play at home, and we have a professional trainer that does obedience work and scent work. Our dogs get plenty of exercise, between 3 and 6 miles of walking every day." That's pretty cool. Cindy's dog does that, and more most days. Hate to say it, but mine don't always. My littles don't. My Chihuahua, my Border Terrier, my Shih Tzu. Coming from a guy that's had hundreds and hundreds of German Shepherds over his life. I love my little dogs. So she goes on, and I digress. Sorry, Cindy, she's always after me to just, come on, get to the point. Both are attentive, eager to please, and have pleasant demeanors. The male is more boisterous. When he rides in the back of our SUV, we have 2 dog crates with a divider. The male loves the rides, but he also whines a lot in the car, especially in town at slower speeds. On the highway, whining generally stops. I'll digress here just for a minute. This dog probably does that because he anticipates something's going to happen. He anticipates he's going somewhere to have fun or do something, training, whatever. And I'll talk about that later. When parked or at a stoplight, the whining stops, but it starts again when the car's starting to move. The behavior started long before we got the female. The crate is covered with a blanket. The leave it command has been unsuccessful. Not unusual. The male is on a prong collar, no whining at all from the female, but she's starting to be affected by the verbal corrections the male gets. Do you have any suggestions? Yeah, Cindy's got good suggestions here. She always does. She said this is one of the German Shepherd dog related issues that she gets a lot of questions about because we bred German Shepherds for 35 years. This dog has rehearsed its whining for an extended period of time, and that can be hard to fix. Had it been dealt with initially right in the beginning, it could have been stopped. It might be stopped with the rest of what we're going to talk about here, but it may have to take longer and more work and a little bit more pressure. I'll leave that up to you and your dog if you're looking at it and you have this problem. Cindy went on to say, if he was my dog, he'd spend a lot of time in the dog crate. And even if we weren't going to go anywhere, he likely anticipates, like I said, he anticipates going somewhere and doing something that he probably likes to do. Maybe it's something he doesn't like to do and he's whining about it. Who knows? But our dogs, from the time they're little dogs, will go in the dog crate. If we have to run around the block, bring them home, take them out, don't do anything, they're in the dog crate. If it's cool out, if it's not hot out, we'll put the dog in the dog crate and leave the door open or the hatch open on the back of the car. And the dog will spend some time in there. If we have to give him something to do when it's a young dog, we might put a bully stick in. We might put a treat in there, a frozen treat that he has to chew on for a while. And we will extend the period of time that he spends in the crate. We want to get it to the point where the dog doesn't think that going in the crate is going to go and do something fun. You know, you may do that. You may do it and put him in the crate and take him for a walk. We take our German Shepherd for a walk every single day in our local park that got like several miles of trail. Cindy walks on it. One thing that's important though is when we do put the dog in a crate so that it's learning, we don't take him out when he's whining. We wait until he's calm and quiet. Very important thing. Another option could be with some dogs, if this dog has been allowed to practice bad behavior for a long time, is to give him a correction with a remote collar. It might just be a vibration correction. My border terrier that's 13 and a half years old, every time I take her for a walk, every time I get up in the morning, she gets her collar on. I don't remember the last time that I stimulated that dog with anything more than the vibration. Of course, it helps that she's going deaf, and I use that to the vibration to communicate with her. Just buzz her a little bit. What? You want me? Okay, I'm coming. I digress. Cindy goes on to say, Ed and I have raised German Shepherds for decades, and because I know these tendencies are there, I take my current personal dog, who's now 3 years old, everywhere I go, weather permitting. If I have to go to the airport to pick someone up, he goes with me. When I go running to the grocery store, he goes with me. He goes along, and he's always, always crated. Again, and we can't say it enough, weather permitting. She said, sometimes I put him in the car in the crate when I'm not going anywhere. He may hang out there for part of the day, weather permitting. I do this with all of my dogs from puppyhood, so the crate isn't a trigger for high anxiety with the dog. Very, very, very good advice. And if you do these things and you take the time to do them correctly, you're going to stop this and it'll go away.